Herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Ausgabe vom Night of the Proms Tourneetagebuch. Die Show in Frankfurt ist vorbei, damit ist Frankfurt Geschichte für 2019. Wir haben uns unter der Bühne hier im Backstage-Bereich heute mit McKay befasst. McKays Earth, Wind & Fire Experience bei der Night of the Proms 2019. Der Mann hat eine unglaubliche Geschichte hinter sich. Er hat Tina Turner und Ike Turner getroffen, hat Ike Turner erzählt über einen Song richtig gespielt und daraufhin ein Engagement bei denen bekommen. Noch mehr verrückte Geschichten und was er uns alles zu erzählen hat, seht ihr hier in der Folge vom Tourtagebuch Night of the Proms 2019. Schaut rein.
It's so good to be with you tonight, sharing in Night of the Proms, the music of Earth, Wind & Fire, with none other than original Earth, Wind & Fire member, songwriter, and producer, 6-time Grammy Award-winning Mr. Al McKay.
Are you enjoying doing the Night of the Proms tour?
Oh man, this has been great, fabulous. I mean, we've had a great time. You know, we've done tours, but this is a tour among tours. This has been great. Yeah, I'm glad to be part of it.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart to see you. Only blue talking.
Is it true that you were playing for Ike Turner and you told him that he's playing the song wrong?
Well, it wasn't his song. I would have never done that on his song. But they were learning a new song by the Temptations called Losing You. And it's a guitar intro. It was kind of tricky when we first heard it. I mean, once you know it, it wasn't tricky at all. But I said it was 2 guitars, and I challenged him that it was only 1 guitar. Then, and I just met him that day. He said, well, come up here and play it. I said, well, I'm left-handed, you know. Oh, sure, yeah, right. So I went up there, took his guitar, played it upside down, and got the job. I mean, I wasn't really looking for a job. I didn't know he was even offering, but he offered it that day, and I took it. I was very, very elated to be with Ike and Tina Turner. I mean, that was, I used It's Gonna Work Out Fine, which was one of their first songs. I won a talent show in the 8th grade with playing that song. So that was like an omen, you know, that all of a sudden Ike and Tina show up, and here I am. It's fabulous.
You're in the line with some famous guitarists playing with Ike Turner. He told us when he was on tour that he casted Jimi Hendrix and he fired him after a few days because he couldn't get his stuff together, right? And he said, well, but this wasn't a mistake because I had so many good guitar players, including Al McKay.
He said that?
Yeah.
Wow. Ike. Wow. Well, he was my first boss, I'm telling you, and first job out of high school. I was 18 years old and on stage with the legends, and I was, hey.
With these credits, were they important to get a job with Sammy Davis Jr.?
I ran away from that job for about 2 weeks because I just didn't know what he wanted me to do. I just know where I didn't play standards, you know, and that's basically what I thought he was doing. But he wanted what I was doing. He wanted the wah-wah pedal. He wanted the funk guitar, because he was changing his music. And when I got there, he was doing the Beatles medley, Blood, Sweat and Tears, the Ides of March. I mean, just all these, you know, kind of pop rock groups, and there it was. And he was a big fan of Blood, Sweat and Tears. So we did a lot of their music as well. And it was great. It was hot, you know.
So what's the difference in being on tour nowadays and in the old days with Earth, Wind & Fire?
Well, Ike and Tina, we slept on a bus, and your pillow was your room. You know, we slept on a regular bus, not a sleeper bus, a regular Greyhound bus. But that's the way it was, and I was glad to be there. You know, I mean, it was the first time I'd ever been out of California, and fabulous. I was looking forward to the whole thing. I learned it was called the Chitlin Circuit back in those days when we did mostly down south, Midwest, few clubs back east, mostly down south. And yeah, learned a lot of things on that tour. Learned a lot on that tour.
You played with so many musicians. I was trying to prepare a little bit for what I'm going to ask you. And if you go on Wikipedia or on Google, it's an enormous list of musicians you've played with and you produced with and you wrote songs. Are there any actual musicians you'd like to work with, or you would be interested to?
Musicians or groups? Singers? Or, I mean, yeah, I would like to work with a couple of people. Just to see, I'd like to give Bruno Mars a shot. James Brown was somebody I always wanted to work with. Let me see, who else could I handle, D? I like Katy Perry. We're going to talk about a female in there. Come on, give me something there, D. Max, come on. Tim, help me out here, guys. Huh?
He loves Janelle Monáe.
Oh, yes, but that's personal. But she's fantastic. She's fantastic.
But Pharrell would be great for him to work with because Pharrell's most famous song that got him into the music was a song that he wrote.
Really?
Yeah, September.
Okay.
So I would love to just see the marriage of that happen anyway. Absolutely.
Yeah. See, they know better than me. I would know. Hey, they got 25 years on me. They know. I don't know too many of the new ones. They keep me in touch with what's going on. You know, they let me know, and I trust these guys quite a bit.
Love to get Lenny Kravitz back in the room too.
Lenny Kravitz was another good friend, man. I would like to work with him. Lenny wanted to work, but I didn't believe it, so I didn't bother to follow it up. Yeah, my bad. But look, I'm loving this the night of the proms with the guys and all these great people. All the acts on the show have been great. I'm the one that's probably the hardest one to get to know because I'm pretty private. But you know, great people. And now that I'm over my shyness, we're getting along real well. You know, so
Okay.
thank you guys.
Sorry, now.
Bitte begrüßen Sie McKays Earth, Wind and Fire